really damn near 30 and starting my career over, or starting a new career. Sometimes I have mixed feelings about it. Where are you going? I am going to my first speaking engagement of the year. This is a advertising awards luncheon, and it is for young multicultural people who are moving, shaking, and baking in the communities. I need to go to Times Square, so I'm about to head there now. Makeup is finished, as y'all can see. We got a day 2 wash and go, and then the fit, I have to show y'all later. I'm like literally running late, but I have on a little green sweater and then some leather pants, and then I have some booties on. So I'm about to run out the door, but I'm gonna take y'all with me. I'm really damn near 30 and starting my career over, or starting a new career. Sometimes I have mixed feelings about it, but I think when I document and I look back on what I've done, how I'm able to impact people, how my old life goes with my new life, I'm like, no, like there's a purpose here. We're about to go to our first speaking engagement. There's plenty more to come. Get into it. It's almost showtime. Everybody is doing rehearsals right now. I kind of low-key didn't rehearse, but I feel good. You can see all the people are here doing all the things. The room is set up, and it's gonna be a good one. Welcome to the 2024 Most Promising Multicultural Students Program, Building Bridges for Our Future Awards Luncheon, presented by the American Advertising Federation's Mosaic Center. From supporters to honorees and our student champions, our program this afternoon highlights industry pioneers and the leaders of tomorrow.
Bring down the music, I'll go straight into a video.
Oh, because we're running.
Yeah, we're running late.
Here to present the second half of our most promising class of 2024, MPMS alum of 2019, Armando Sanchez Monsiváis. Okay. Thank you so much for attending this year's Most Promising Luncheon. Students, be sure to stick around for your group photo, and then you can head out to complete your interviews and get your headshots. And don't forget to go to Times Square at 6 p.m. Have a great day, everybody. That's a wrap. Ain't that right, Carlin?
That's a wrap.
Thank you, lady. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Happy freaking New Year. Night, Rising Star.
Hello. You're so silly.
Are finished. I am so happy that this went so well. Got some good feedback, which is always great, especially when you're doing something new. So I'm about to go home and then we can kind of recap. After a good event, you just want to walk home. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk home, taking the sun. We finally got some sun in this city. Kind of ruminate on the moment. I'm so happy it was a good event, and I was just thinking about other events that I could do and other things that I could speak at, and how God has really reminded me this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like sometimes we think like, oh, I'm just doing a little side quest, and it's like, babe, this is the quest. Like, there's nothing else that's gonna happen, nothing else that's gonna happen without this being a part of your story. That's how I felt for a very long time. Like, this wasn't the right path, or it wasn't as flashy as other people's path, when really this is the path. And the more that I own it and step into it, the higher the pay has been, the more that I feel like I'm impacting people, and the more faith I have if we're keeping it a buck. This is what I'm talking about. Half a day at work, and now I am in my home. Get into the makeup, girl, please. Also, I got a compliment on my hair. Get into the coils, okay? And I'm so thankful because, you know, I thought about it. I think this was my first event that I did with my natural hair. I think so. That was a nice little affirmation to receive. overall, I'm very thankful to God because, let me set y'all up. Let me set you up, girl. I didn't know how this was gonna shake out. Like, I didn't know, okay, I'm doing speaking engagements, but like, what does that mean? Sweets. And I'm figuring it out bit by bit. And what's great about figuring it out is when I first worked with this organization, it was off of me posting that I was in a Chipotle commercial. Me doing the voice of that, I just posted it. It was cool. It was my first commercial. I'm like, okay, dope. I posted on my Instagram. Somebody saw it and they were like, oh, our team is doing something. We usually use a white man's voice. We want a woman of color to voice this, and people love your voice. We think it should be you. Huh? I'm just posting something and then I look up and it has got me my next 3 opportunities. That's just super dope, and I'm thankful to God for that. I know it's gonna open more doors. Now, I am down there 30, so I'm like, I can't just have one stream. Like, doing this is very MC-like, it's very coming to the stage. Y'all seen it, like, that's kind of the gist, but I want more things that showcase my thought leadership, that showcase my opinions on things, and where I can inspire and empower a bit more. When I'm doing the things like I did today, it's more of tone setting. I'm keeping the vibe in the room alive. It's really familiar. I think it feels really good when you're at a banquet or a luncheon or a gala and you hear a voice and you know it's a black girl. You know y'all be at certain things and it's like, okay, like, that's a white man. But to hear something like, oh, that's a black girl, like, it just does something, and especially for events that are geared toward DEI, it's just this extra little step. I think the same thing when I go to an event and the camera crew are people of color, or the production, right? It's just like, all right, y'all really are walking the walk and talking the talk, and it really changes how you interact with the people who are throwing the event, but also you as an attendee. You just feel more connected to the work. That feels really good to be a part of that. But these events, if this is the only thing I was to do, it doesn't showcase Des. Like, what do I think? How do I fit in? What's my impact? I'm having impact, but I'm not able to talk about it and show it. That's something I want to be able to do. One, it's just exciting. I already do it with YouTube. I do it with the podcast. So to do it in a live space is really cool. I want to be able to speak at more things. I want to host, MC, in front of the stage versus being like in the back with the tech team, but also to be on panels and things like that, right? I want to have an expertise. What I was thinking actually was I want to be like the Dyson of voice. So when you think about Dyson, they are the king of air. So vacuuming, blow drying, like straighteners, even like all things, hand dryers in the bathroom, they own air. And when you think about Dyson, you're like, yeah, they're the air experts. They're gonna make sure that they get air to you as purely and as quietly as possible. When I think about what I'm doing, it's like, yeah, I have a podcast. I thought my title, when you submit a title for something, I was like, my title is too much. Like, it's a lot going on. And really, I'm Dyson. Yeah, I could have a hair dryer, I could have a vacuum cleaner, I could have this, I could have that, right? As I'm thinking about it, it's like, yes, you are a podcast host, but you also are a media personality. You also are a MC, you also are a content creator. Like, you're a speaker, you can be all of these things. And then I'm gonna add author to that. I think as I'm getting older, I'm realizing how dope that is. I love that with other people. When I see people that are traditionally known for something and they start doing other things, but they still have that hub, like y'all know, one of my mains, Keke Palmer, I think she's so dope at that, right? Where I got introduced to you as the Killing the Beat. Like, that's who you are. You're an actress. But then she turns around, she can interview people on the red carpet. She has a podcast now, and then she is a media personality. Like, you can hire her and interview her and do interactive things based off of just her personality and how she shows up and how she adds warmth to a space. But then you turn around and there are these serious moments that I feel like she can kind of guide as well. She hosted the Soul Train Awards, I believe. And so just looking at the different ways where she is Keke Palmer in every lane, but there are multiple lanes for her to drive down, that's what I'm trying to get into, okay? I want to be Des everywhere I go at all times, and that there's a certain theme that you think of when you're hiring Des for something, when you are watching a piece of Des content. However, I don't want it to be the same stick all the time. I don't want to only show up in the same room all the time. I want the impact to make people feel generally around the same thing. You feel that you connect with me in an authentic way. You feel like you can be your authentic self a bit more. You feel like maybe you have a little bit more clarity about what you want to do. You feel inspired to have a relationship with God, right? And increase your faith in your entire life, on every aspect of your life, off of an interaction with me. And so that's the vibe. I want to bring that vibe to so many different sectors and so many different spaces, primarily for Black and brown women. That's my goal. That's my aspiration. That is how I'm trying to show up. And events like today are within that 100%. And it just leaves me like, okay, how we getting more? But what's so great is I'm not like over strategizing it. I've been pitching out even to things that aren't like opportunities right now. If I see something like, okay, cool. Hey, my name is Destiny. How can I connect with you? And some stuff, something happens. Other things is like, I gotta connect. And then if I see stuff that they're looking for, I'll send it to them. But we don't have like a direct thing that we're doing. And that's, so I've been definitely sending out some stuff. I'm just trying to take the opportunities as they come, not be too overwhelmed. Be sure that I'm practicing in all the ways that I'm using my voice right now and being consistent with that, so that when new opportunities come, I ain't shaking in my boots. I'm ready to go. So that's how I'm taking advantage. But it's really dope. Like, it's not even 3 o'clock and my day is technically done. Like, what I need to do, I don't know, call my mama, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can relax because this thing is done. And I think that is so amazing because we're literally gearing up for Super Bowl. Do you know what the Super Bowl means in the advertising world? Like, I've worked on 2 Super Bowl campaigns, and if you're gearing up for Super Bowl, I mean, it's the Super Bowl for advertisers too. Like, you're in it, okay? And it's a lot of late nights, it's a lot of G chats, it's a lot of calls. Your clients are on edge. It's a lot of money. I actually just saw the New York Times posted. Do you know that the average 30-second commercial for the Super Bowl, this is average, which means there are people higher than this, is $7 million for 30 seconds on TV. You know what I could do with $7 million, okay? I'm thankful that in a time where I could be wanting to pull my hair out, I could be stressed. And even today, like, I was around people that work in the industry. And of course, any industry, like even me right now, creating content or doing whatever, like, I have complaints as well. Like, any thing in life you can have a complaint about, but listening to people who are in the industry, there's a manager that's not giving them the respect that they're owed, or you are going up for a promotion, you just had your review and you didn't get the bonus, right? Like, I'm talking to people and there are different things that they're dealing with that I don't have to deal with. Like, it's not a part of my atmosphere at all. And there are things I'm dealing with that they ain't dealing with, let's be clear. But it's refreshing. Like, I have gratitude right now for that I'm not stressed, that God promote me and not nobody else, that I am getting what I would have got for 2 weeks of work, close to 2 weeks of work at my last job. I just got in half a day's work, right? And that's not, no, I ain't doing that every day, not yet, but I'm seeing it. I'm like, okay, God, I see it. And it feels really good and heartwarming to be able to showcase my talent in this way. And the stress that I have right now is me putting it on me, like, for real. Where before, you're in this team environment and you're trying to be in it to win, and you're trying to showcase that you are a champion and a leader. And sometimes in doing that, if somebody else is stressed, you try to take on that stress from them and show your manager, like, I can handle this, I got it. Somebody calls out sick and you're like, oh, I'll handle that for you, don't worry, recover, right? There are these different ways that you kind of have to pop up and do extra, and it's not based off you, it's based off other people. We're called to love people, we're called to do all of that. That call can wear on you, it can make you dog tired. I don't have to do that right now, and it's really nice. I'm putting a lot of stress on myself. You would think I got people putting stress on me, and it's been me. So not being stressed today, being grateful for today, they made a little money today, all right? I'm like, okay, this is what you want to feel all the time. You look good, you feel connected, and that is what it's all about. We damn near 30, but we figuring it out. I'm glad y'all came on a journey with me. I will see y'all on the next iteration of Damn Near 30 because my birthday is coming. Oh my goodness. Okay, bye.